Hi there. In this screencast, I'm going to show you how to declare the variables for your calculator. So I'm going to go into the code of my calculator, and I am going to declare three variables. One that's going to store the first number, two that's going to store the second number in the operation, and the third one is going to store the operation that the user chose, so that when they hit the equals button, the program can look back and decide what operation they chose and take the appropriate course of action. Okay, so all of these, well, actually, the number variables are going to be doubles because they're going to be decimals, and decimals do include integer values, so you're safe doing decimals. So I'm going to declare two of them. All right, and these are global variables. I want to be able to access them from different event handlers, so that means I need to declare them right underneath the class statement and not in event handlers. All right, and then the third one that I'm going to display is going to be called opchosen. It's a string variable. All right, so now let me go down to my plus, minus, times, divide. And what I'm going to do is decide put in the code that needs to happen when they click on one of the five standard operations that involve two numbers. All right, so let's think about it. If they have something in a display and they click the plus sign, that must mean that what's in the display becomes the first number of the operation. So how do I turn what's in the display into, convert that, which is a string value, because whatever's in the text property of a control is always a string value. How do I convert that into a decimal value and assign it to number 1? Well, here's what I would do. I say num1 and then equals, and then convert dot to double, and then I say lbl calc display dot text, and then I put a semicolon. All right. Okay, so then I'm going to now record what operation the user chose. So I'm going to say opchosen equals, I'll call it add. And then lastly, I'm going to blank out the display. And get ready for the next number. Okay, so those three lines of code need to go in each of the 5 operation buttons that involve two numbers. We'll get into the operation buttons like square root, percent, reciprocal, and changing the sign that only involve one number. So we'll get into that in a later screencast. And then also how to actually make your calculator do the math. All right.